This has to be done. Yeah, we completed urea cycle. Yeah, I know. Just a second. Let me check if it is. Okay, I think now it is easy for me to do. Hey, you guys are able to see the screen? Okay, so now there are certain other nitrogenous wastes which are there. Okay, for instance, you have something called as creatine and creatinine. So what is this creatine and creatinine? This creatine and creatinine are energy that is stored in muscles. So in your muscles, you have something called as creatine phosphate, or you have creatinine phosphate. When this energy currency is used, creatine is created and creatinine is created. So this is beyond your ATP. You have ATP in your muscles. ATP will be there. Apart from ATP, there is some other currency of energy also in muscles. One is your creatine and creatine phosphate, and then creatinine phosphate. So when this is broken, this creatine and creatinine is kind of becoming waste. So this will be an additional nitrogenous waste. So it is not just your it is not just your urea which is excreted, but creatine and creatinine is also excreted. Then you have trimethylamine oxide. Trimethylamine oxide is not found in human beings and all, but it is found in fishes. Okay, fishes lana pakala trimethylamine oxide. Why do you need trimethylamine oxide? I'll just explain. Let us say that a fish is there in salt water. Okay, marine environment. Okay, here it is hypertonic. In the fish's body, it is hypotonic. அப்ப என்ன osmosis நடக்கும்? What osmosis will happen? You will have something called as your exosmosis will happen. Okay, yeah, exosmosis will happen. What is exosmosis? This will try to come out. So if this has to be prevented, the fish will try to store something which will make it isotonic. What is that something it is trying to accumulate? That is trimethylamine oxide. So this is what is trimethylamine oxide, TMO. Fishes will excrete this. Large amount of this compound is stored for osmoregulation inside the fish's body. So நிறைய இது சேவ் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம். அப்பப்ப வந்துட்டு it will excrete that also. Okay, so quickly take it down. Okay, so this is for osmoregulation. ஆமா, sea water hypertonic. இப்போ sea water வந்துட்டு ஹைப்பர்டானிக்கா இருக்கு. இதுல வந்துட்டு ஒரு ஃபிஷ் இருக்கு. இதோட ஃபிஷ்ஷோட உடம்பு வந்துட்டு ஹைப்போடானிக்கா இருக்குன்னா வாட்டர் வந்துட்டு இப்படி வெளியில வந்துடும். வாட்டர் வெளியில வந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆயிடும்? ஃபிஷ் வந்துட்டு செத்து போயிடும். அதை அவாய்ட் பண்றதுக்காக யூ வில் ஹாவ் சம்திங் கால்ட் அஸ், இதை வந்துட்டு இதை ஹைப்போடானிக்கா இருக்க விடாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு வந்துட்டு இதையும் ஈக்குவலைஸ் பண்ணி ஐசோடானிக் ஆக்குறதுக்கு சில காம்பவுண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் ஸ்டோர்ட். தட்ஸ் வாட் எவர் இஸ் ஸ்டோர்ட் இஸ் டிஎம்ஓ. இந்த டிஎம்ஓன்றது வந்துட்டு ஃபிஷஸ் வந்துட்டு ஆஸ்மோ ரெகுலேஷனுக்காக வந்துட்டு வச்சிருக்கோம். உள்ளுக்குள்ளார வந்துட்டு சேவ் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம். அது இருக்க முடிக்கும் தான் அந்த ஃபிஷ்ஷால சர்வை பண்ண முடியும் உள்ளுக்குள்ளார. இப்ப டிஎம்ஓ இல்ல அப்படின்னா வந்துட்டு என்ன ஆயிடும்னா இந்த ஃபிஷ் வந்துட்டு காஞ்சு கருவாடா போயிடும். ஏன்னா சால்ட் வாட்டரா இருக்கு. சால்ட் வாட்டர்ல வந்துட்டு இந்த 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 ஃபிஷ்ஷோட இதுல வந்துட்டு சால்ட் கம்மியா இருக்குன்னா this water will start to come out. Osmosis நடந்துரும். So in order to prevent osmosis, this TMO is stored எங்க ஃபிஷ்ஷோட உடம்புல. இந்த டிஎம்ஓ வந்துட்டு எந்த அளவுக்கு ஸ்டோர் ஆயிருக்கும்னா இந்த வாட்டருக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி வந்துட்டு என்ன ஆகும்னா அதை ஈக்குவலைஸ் பண்ற லெவலுக்கு வந்துட்டு தட் வில் பி ஸ்டோரிங். ஓகே, அந்த டிஎம்ஓ வந்துட்டு என்னன்னா இட் வில் பி எக்ஸ்கிரீட்டட் அஸ் அ வேஸ்ட். ஆர் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்? Yeah, creatinine phosphate is produced in muscle. TMO வந்துட்டு இதுதான். Is it clear, children? Hey guys, you have anything? You know how to do this thing, man. I mean, I'm not able to, I have to switch between the screens to see this chat. Is there a possibility when I will be able to do it? Is there a possibility to do this thing? And one more thing that you have to know is like today in the 3:45 to 4:45, I will come and take your physics class will not happen today. Instead, it will be a biology class. Is there any setting which will be there which will help me to do this thing? No, today, right from morning, this thing is there. I am having some difficulty in it. Okay, whatever it is, let us continue. Okay, when I'm trying to tell about trimethylamine oxide, okay, Mary was trying to tell that fishes will have scales which will be impermeable to this thing. Okay, so she was trying to tell. Okay, so she was trying to tell this way that fishes are covered by scales. We are not talking about all fishes. There are some fishes which will require this kind of system, TMO as a backup copy. Okay, this is not a prevalent thing in all the fishes, but trimethylamine oxide is one of the waste which is produced by some fishes. Okay, there are some many marine organisms will excrete this thing. Then you have this ornithuric acid. Ornithuric acid is a thing which is excreted by birds. It is a combination of ornithine with benzoic acid. Okay, ornithuric acid, benzoic acid plus ornithine. In our body, there is an acid which is called as hippuric acid. This hippuric acid is produced when benzoic acid is treated with glycine. So these two things will combine to form hippuric acid. These two things will combine to form ornithuric acid, and this is used as thing. What these are all excreted along with the by the kidney. So combination of benzoic acid with glycine is your hippuric acid. Apart from that, bilirubin, biliverdin. You know what is bilirubin, biliverdin? Bilirubin and biliverdin will be like kind of excreted by your body also. So you know what is bilirubin. Bile pigments are formed due to breakdown of RBCs. Okay, then you have allantonin. Allantonin is formed by the action of uric acid by uricase ன்னு சொல்றாங்க. Whenever uric acid is there, if it is done by uricase enzyme, if there is this enzyme uricase, which is there, allantonin, this is produced by all amniotes. Amniotes except primates. Not in primates. எதெல்லாம் amniotic fluid வச்சிருக்கோ, அதாவது ஒரு இது வரும்போது when a child is formed, you have this amniotic fluid is formed in the womb. When it is kind of having that amniotic fluid in those organisms, this allantonin is produced. Allantonin is formed by the uric acid by the action of uricase. It is not found in primates, but it is in the but embryos of amniotes la வந்து பார்க்கலாம். Any amniot which is producing uric acid will have allantonin. Primates la வந்து we will not excrete water, urea. We will not excrete uric acid, so you will not get allantonin. Are we a primate or not a primate? Hippuric acid is not excreted by our bird. I can read the chart like this. Sir, is this true that birds don't have a bladder? What bladder are you talking about? Hippuric acid is excreted by birds? No, hippuric acid is excreted by human beings. You can't understand what, man? Urinary bladder. I have to check. Yeah, birds do not have a bladder except ostrich, it is saying. Sir, stop sharing the screen. When you share, there will be options. I did the thing. I'm not getting the option. Usually I do it. What are you able to see now? You're able to see my Google Drive. Are you able to see the screen now? Okay, allantonin, someone is asking me to explain. Allantoninன்றது வந்து ஒரு வேஸ்ட் ஐட்டம். ஓகே, உங்க பாடியில ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகுறது. உங்களோட பாடியில இல்ல, சில அனிமல்ஸோட பாடியில ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகுது. எந்தெந்த அனிமல்ஸ்லாம் யூரிக் ஆசிட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுமோ, அந்த யூரிக் ஆசிட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ற அனிமல்ஸ்ல யூரிகேஸ் அப்படின்ற ஒரு என்சைம் இருக்கும். அந்த என்சைம் போய் ஆக்டிவேட் ஆயிடுச்சு அப்படின்னா, இந்த யூரிக் ஆசிட் வந்துட்டு என்னவா மாறிடும்னா ஆலன்டானினா மாறிடும். இது எல்லா அனிமல்ஸ்லயும் நடக்காது. இது சில அனிமல்ஸ்ல மட்டும்தான் நடக்கும். எந்த மாதிரி அனிமல்ஸ் அப்படின்னு கேட்டா ஆம்னியாட்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்ற அனிமல்ஸ்ல மட்டும்தான் நடக்கும். ஆம்னியாட்ஸ்ன்ற அனிமல் வந்துட்டு என்னதுன்னா, எதெல்லாம் ஆம்னியாட்டிக் ஃப்ளூயிட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுதோ அதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு ஆம்னியாட்ஸ். இந்த ஆம்னியாட்டிக் ஃப்ளூயிடுன்றது வந்துட்டு அது பிறக்கிறப்போ ஒவ்வொரு ஆர்கனிசம் பிறக்கும் போதும் உங்களுக்கு தண்ணி குடம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஓகே, யூ கால் திஸ் அஸ் when a child is born, நீங்க வந்துட்டு ஆம்னியாட்டிக் ஃப்ளூயிட்ல தான் நீங்க இருப்பீங்க. ஆம்னியாட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ற ஆர்கனிசமா இருக்கணும், பிளஸ் யூரிக் ஆசிட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ற ஆர்கனிசமா இருக்கணும். இது ரெண்டுமா இருந்ததுன்னா அந்த ஆர்கனிசம்ல வந்துட்டு allantoninன்ற excretory substance is getting excreted. Okay, that is one thing. And one more thing is like இது வந்துட்டு primatesல கிடையாது. primatesல வந்துட்டு allantonin வந்துட்டு will not be produced. இப்ப புரியுதா? Screen is not shared. Hey, you're able to see the PPT? No, no. I mean, like the screen you're able to see. I'm switching it. Okay, okay. So now this is one more waste. Apart from that, you also have what? Bile salts is there. Okay, you know what is bile salts? Bile salts is also excreted out. Sodium or potassium salts of bile acids conjugated with glycine and taurine. Bile acids are derived from cholesterol. Okay, what are these bile acids? They are derived from cholesterol. So what is the bile salt? Sodium or potassium glycocolate, taurocolate. I think I told you all these things. Sodium, taurocolate, sodium glycocolate. Sodium, I mean potassium taurocolate and potassium glycocolate. So these are the bile salts. So these bile salts are also excreted out. Drugs, hormones, and other substances. You have other substances. Liver will be like kind of detoxifying lots of substances. Okay, you're trying to take an antibiotic, it will try to detoxify. When it is getting detoxified, what will happen? There are substances which are removed from the system. So whenever you're taking medicines, no, you will see that your urine is yellow in color. Why is it so? Because it is kind of detoxifying certain things, and then it is trying to put it up. Okay, so that is what is the case. So your hormones and all are also removed, and heavy metals like copper, iron, bacterial toxins are also removed through water, removed through your excretion. Okay. Sir, can you give which animals produce and which don't? The first special waste in the separate PCV slide. First special waste in other. Creatine and creatinine தானே கொடுத்திருந்தேன். PCV slide 1. I think it is sorted out a bit. Yeah, good. Can we move on? Someone switched on the thing. I mean, what? Video, and then I got this thing. You're able to see the chat column now? You're only seeing the screen. Okay, good. Now don't switch on the thing again, it might go off. Okay, so I'll move on further. Yeah, only the host can see the chat box now. Okay, fine. Now, Carbon dioxide, other waste, what are the other ways? You also have this carbon dioxide, vitamins, spices, there are lots of volatile components will be there. So you're all eating a clove, you're eating cardamom, you're eating all those things, pepper and all those things. So you're eating lots of spices. Those spices also will have some volatile components. So those components are also removed through excretion. So you have like lots of ways are there. What are the ways that we have studied so far? You have studied about creatinine, TMO, hippuric acid, ornithuric acid, allantonin. Then you have your hormones, drugs, toxins, heavy metals, bile salts, bile pigments, or all these things are excreted apart from water. Apart from water. Excuse me. Apart from the major waste, which are the major waste? Urea or uric acid or ammonia. Not all organisms will have all the things. Different organisms will have different types of waste. Are we able to understand? So now moving on further, human excretory system we are going to study. Human excretory system learned, you have a pair of kidney. And then you have a pair of ureter. Then you have the urinary bladder. Then you have your urethra. Okay, so these are the parts which will be seen in the human excretory system. So you have something which is coming here inside. What is that something which is coming inside? This is your renal artery. Renal artery will carry oxygenated blood with the water, urea. Whereas what is coming out is the renal vein. Renal vein will have water, deoxygenated blood without urea. Are you guys understanding? So உள்ளுக்குள்ளார போற blood oxygenated இருக்கும், but urea ஓட இருக்கும். And when it is coming out, it will become deoxygenated, but it will not have water, urea. Meanwhile, what has happened? In the urea filter panni, your kidney is sending it out. Where is it sending it out? It is sending it out through the ureter as urine. In the urine is stored here in the urinary bladder. Whenever it wants to come out, it will come out through the urethra. Are we able to understand? So this is what is excretory system is all about. So kidney is the filtering organ. Renal arteriolia, blood is going, it is getting filtered in the kidney. Urine is separated, blood is separated. Urine is stored in the urinary bladder and then it is coming out through urethra. Are we able to understand? Water is from blood ஓட தான் இருக்கும். வாட்டர் பிளட்ல தான் வந்துட்டு வாட்டர்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, வாட்டர் யூரின்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, வாட்டர் எல்லாம் கலந்து தான் இருக்கு. அதுல இருந்து அந்த வாட்டர் பார்ட் இஸ் டேக்கன். பிளட்டோட பிளாஸ்மா வந்துட்டு யூரியா மட்டும் வராது, யூரியாவோட சேர்ந்து வாட்டர், சில அன்வான்டட் சப்ஸ்டன்சஸ் எல்லாமும் வரும். Are we able to understand? So now moving on. So this is what I told you. What are the things which it will have? I have explained it. So now we are going to study about kidney. Kidney is dark red in color. Okay. What is the shape of this kidney? It is bean shaped. Renal vein will be going directly from there. It will go to vena cava, and through vena cava it will be connected to the heart. Renal vein vantu enna pannuna, it will go on and then like it will join with the thing and it will join to the vena cava, and through vena cava it will get to the heart. இப்போ இது எல்லாமே எப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு வீட்டில் ஒரு பைப்லைன் மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். யூ ஹாவ் அ மெயின் கனெக்ஷன். உங்க ஏரியாவுக்கு வந்துட்டு there will be a tank. So there will be a tank. From that tank வந்துட்டு what will happen, it will kind of like branch out to different areas. இப்போ இது வந்துட்டு உங்க வீடு ரோடுக்கு வருது. இப்போ இந்த உங்க வீடு ரோடுக்கு வந்த உடனே வந்துட்டு என்ன ஆகும்னா, இது வந்துட்டு உங்க வீட்டுக்கு பக்கத்து தெருவுக்கு வந்துட்டு இப்படி வரும். இப்போ இந்த இதுல இருந்து பிரான்ச்சஸ் நிறைய வரும். இப்போ இதுதான் வந்துட்டு அந்த மெயின் ரோட்ல இருக்குன்னா, இப்போ இதுல இருந்து பிரான்ச்சஸ் நிறைய வரும், அங்கங்க போகும். இப்போ இது உள்ளார இருந்து வந்துட்டு உங்க வீட்டுக்கு வரணும்னா, திஸ் இஸ் உங்க தெரு அப்படின்னா வந்துட்டு தெரு உள்ளார வந்துட்டு பைப் லைன் வந்துட்டு இப்படி வருது, ஒவ்வொருத்தவங்க வீட்டுக்கும் இப்படி வருது. ஸோ லைக் தட் ஒன்லி யுவர் பிளட் இஸ் இது. திஸ் இஸ் த ஹார்ட். Heart is sending out through aorta. Aorta is branching. From the branch, you are getting branch. And from that branch, other thing will get branched. திருப்பி ஜாயின் ஆகும்போதும் அப்படியே தான் ஜாயின் ஆகும். Are you understanding? So it is dark red, bean shaped. It is having a notch. There is a concavity. If you see this particular kidney, this is the notch. This region is called as the hilus region. It is through this hilus region what will go? All these things will go inside and come outside. Hilus is the region where the blood vessels, lymph vessels, nerves and ureter enter and leave. Okay. And then what is the dimension? It is 11 centimeter long, 5 centimeter width and 3 centimeter thick. Okay. 11 centimeter long, 5 centimeter width, and 3 centimeter thick. So the kidney size, if you're going to talk about, it will be like this. Okay, so this side will be 3 centimeter. This width is basically 5 centimeter, and this length is basically 11 centimeter. In males, it is 150 grams. In females, it is approximately 135 grams. That is the average weight of the kidney. It is basically the size of the human beings. You see that males are normally I mean, like taller and heftier than women. Okay, so basically it is all functional. I mean, it is just the average that we are talking about. Whenever I'm trying to tell average, it is different. Where is hills in the kidney? This region is the hills. This depression is the hills. Okay, so now moving on further. So where is it located? I will just show you a diagram. Kidney position. You see here. You think about the thing. I mean, like this is a very realistic thing. You have your rib gauge. The last two rib gauge of your body is called as the floating ribs. Okay, because they are not attached with the vertebrata. And the vertebrata would attach the floating ribs. So that last two will be protecting the kidney. Okay, and then like you look at it, it is there in the abdominal cavity. This is the abdominal cavity. So this region is the pelvis region. Your urinary bladder is present in the pelvic region. This is the pelvic bone that you are able to see here. And the pelvic bone ku naduvula dhaan vandu ungalku urinary bladder irukku. So this is the abdominal region in the anterior side, front side or the back side is the question now. So now it is present in the, where is it located? It is located in the anterior part of the abdominal coelom. Okay, one found on either side of the median line. So what is one found on either side? You have a median line, you have one kidney, you have one kidney here. This is your right kidney and this is your left kidney. The left kidney is towards the median and it is in the top surface. The right kidney is away from the median and it is there in the bottom side. You see the positioning of it. So the left kidney will be slightly above the right kidney. You see both are there. The left kidney will be in the top surface. It is above and it is close to the median. This is the median. Whereas the right kidney will be away from the median and it will be slightly at the lower position. Are we able to understand? So the right kidney is lower and than the left and farther from the middle plane. The left kidney will be higher than the right and nearer to the middle plane. The last two pairs of ribs protect the kidneys. Okay, are you guys done? Can we move on? So now we'll try to study about the structure of the kidney. Renal capsule will there, adipose capsule, renal fascia. 3 layers are there. So if you're going to talk about the kidney, the immediate covering is your renal capsule. After that comes your adipose capsule. And outside all these things comes your renal fascia. So this is the covering. It is attaching to the abdominal wall. So this is the region where it is getting attached to the abdominal wall, this region. So you have renal capsule will cover the kidney. What is it made up of? It is fibrous connective tissue. Okay. And then it will protect the kidney from infections and injuries. Renal capsule will be abdominal wall. என்னது உங்களோட வயிறு தான் abdominal wall. உங்களோட வயிறோட inner layer is your abdominal wall. அதோட வந்துட்டு அது ஒட்டிட்டு இருக்கும். Not the muscular part, but inside the thing you have the abdomen or the wall இருக்கும்ல, it is touching that area. Then you have your adipose capsule. Adipose capsule is a fat capsule. It is surrounding the renal capsule. You know, this is the renal capsule. Renal capsule cover பண்ணிட்டு your adipose capsule is present. So this adipose capsule will be covering this renal capsule. Then you have your outer layer is your renal fascia. Renal fascia is outer fibrous membrane. It will attach to the abdominal wall. Okay, I am moving on further. The structure of the kidney. Next 10 minutes, we are going to study the structure of the kidney. Okay. So how is this kidney structured? So if you're going to see this outer region, we call this region as the cortex. We call this as a renal cortex. The word renal indicates it is connected with the kidney. So you have your renal cortex is the outer area. It is the outer region and it is dark in nature. So usually it is dark. Inside that thing, you have some striated regions which are called as medulla. டார்க் மீன்ஸ் திக்கர்னா வந்துட்டு அது பார்த்தா வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு டார்க்கா இருக்கும். அந்த இடத்துல வந்துட்டு காம்பேக்டா இருக்கும், நிறைய டிஷ்யூஸ் அரேஞ்ச் ஆன மாதிரி இருக்கும். So inside this thing, this entire region is called as the medullary region. So if I say for example, this entire region is called as the medullary region. This is lighter naturally and it is striated. Striated na it will show striations like this. இந்த மாதிரி லைன் வரி வரியா தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு பார்க்க. So that is what the inner lighter region which is striated in nature. இப்போ there is something called as a medullary pyramids, the conical areas of medulla. இப்போ நீங்க பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா ஒரு கிட்னியோட ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா you are able to see here this particular thing. So this region is your cortex. This you are able to see this line தெரியுதுல, that is the medullary region. And the medullary region you are able to see conical structures. These conical structures that you are able to see, we call them as medullary pyramids. We call them as medullary pyramids or renal pyramids in சொல்லலாம். We call them, these structures are called as medullary pyramids. Okay, in the medullary pyramids will end in a region here. This region is called as renal papilla. The place where this medullary pyramid is ending, that is called as papilla. Okay, it is called as renal papilla. Okay, so now we have this area which is there. If you look into this particular kidney, you have, this is the renal pyramid, 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 this is the renal pyramid. So this region is your cortex. So there are some regions here between these things, this cortex will come inside. Okay, so what are these regions are called as? If you're going to see this thing, here in between you have this thing. Okay, so what is this region? This region is called as columns of Bertini. So why do we call them as columns of Bertini? What are these columns of Bertini? They are cortical extensions on medulla. Are you able to understand this line? They are cortical extensions on medulla na purida. Cortex region vantu medullary region la vantu extend ஆகி it is forming a column மாதிரி ஒரு structure form பண்ணுது. That is what we call it as what? Columns of Bertini. Are you guys able to understand? So what is this white region is called as? This is cortex. This region where this particular part is there is called as the medulla. Okay, in the entire region வந்துட்டு medulla. அதில் அந்த மெடுலாவில் வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு அந்த பிரமிட்ஸ் தெரியுது உங்களுக்கு. This is called as the renal pyramid. இந்த renal pyramidல வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு இந்த extension முடியிற இடம், that part where this renal pyramid ஓட apex முடியுதோ, that location is called as what? We call that location as papilla. Renal papilla. It is not made up of white matter. Come on, we are not talking about white matter, gray matter. It is made up of water. That is in your brain. Here we are talking about kidney tissues, renal tissues. Renal tissue cortex medulla rendu irukku. Okay, some 2 years back this was an important question which was asked. What are columns of Bertini? The option A was, they were saying it as medullary extension on cortex. Option B was trying to tell cortical extensions between medulla. And the C event, it was trying to tell cortical extensions on renal pyramids. D is none of above. What answer will you select here? Who is saying option A? நான் இதான் தெளிவா சொல்லிட்டேன் இங்க. Cortex வந்துட்டு medulla உள்ளார extend ஆகுது. Medullary extension on cortex na என்னது? What is the meaning of this line? This is trying to say that medulla is extending on cortex. Is this correct? Is A correct? Tell me the answer. Is A correct first of all? Say yes or no for, don't tell the answer. Is A correct or wrong? No. So that is eliminated. So then second answer is what? Cortical extension between medulla, and here also cortical extension on renal pyramids. Which is correct? B or C? B is correct. Why C is wrong? Both are wrong. Who is saying both are wrong? The cortex is extending between medulla. Correct na? Cortical extension on renal pyramids na எப்படி தெரியுமா இருக்கும்? இந்த renal pyramidல இப்படி extend ஆகுறது தான் columns of Bertini சொல்றது. இப்ப இதே இது C ஆன்சரா இருந்ததுன்னா இதுதான் வந்துட்டு columns of Bertini சொல்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். It is not on renal pyramids, it is extending. It is between medulla, I mean like in the thing. What PCV slide? I think you wrote wrong in PCV slide. What did I write wrong? This slide, what is the thing? What is written wrongly? Tell me. Are you understanding why B is the answer? It is cortical extensions on medulla only. This is medulla region. This entire region is medulla. அதில் வந்துட்டு இது எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன்ஸ் வந்துட்டு வந்திருக்கு. அதுதான் வந்துட்டு நான் என்னன்னு சொல்கிறேன்னா we call it as this thing. பிட்வீன் மெடுலான்னு சொல்கிறதும் வந்துட்டு ஒன்று தான். ஐ மீன் ஆன் ஓகே யூ கேன் சே திஸ் இஸ் ஆன் மெடுலான்னு கூட சொல்லிக்கலாம். But medulla, this is entirely medulla only. Okay, fine. So you are able to understand cortex extends between medullary pyramids. Okay, there is a difference between and on. Then all these things will be joining together to form. I'll just finish it off quickly. It is just this slide alone, only one slide. I will try to finish it off and then like we'll try to go ahead. What is the thing that you need to understand is this renal pyramids are there. This renal pyramids will be joining to form minor calyces. So then what will happen is 2 or more minor calyces will join together to form major calyces. You're able to understand. So it is like this branching. You have this is the case. Like this it will form. This region is called as what? This region is called as what? Minor callus. This region is called as a major calyx. Calyx, calyces. Okay, this is the plural word, this is the singular word. And then what will happen? This will all join together to form the renal pelvis. And this renal pelvis will take it out to the ureter. This is a funnel shaped structure. This funnel shaped structure is what we call it as renal pelvis. In this diagram here, if you want to see here, you are able to see this small lines are minor calyces. This bigger lines that you are seeing is the major calyces. This part is the pelvis, and then finally you have the ureter. Whatever is projected from the medullary pyramid is the minor calyx. When 2 or more minor calyces are joining together and forming a bigger pathway, this pathway is called as the major calyx. All these things will empty it into the pelvis. Pelvis will take it into the minor calyx is near to the papilla, correct? And then finally it will all empty it into the ureter. Are we able to understand? Minor calyces will be what? 7 to 13 will be there. Pyramids are connected with them. Major calyces 2 to 3 will be there. Minor calyces will lead to them. Major calyces will open into renal pelvis, which is funnel shaped. Renal pelvis leads to the ureter, and each kidney will have about 10 lakh units called as nephrons or uniferous tubules. So with this thing, structure of kidney is over. (22, 23) in PowerPoint slide. This is 23, the diagram only. If you want, you can take it. 22, yeah. (25, 26, 27) are holidays, and then 1, 2, 3 are holidays. 28 to 31 classes will happen. I'll finish this lesson. Okay. Thank you and Merry Christmas, children. Whoever are celebrating, enjoy your Christmas. Last slide in PPT. I will be coming on coming to for the last period. Okay, so your 3:45 to 4:45. I will be taking the class. You will have test on Sunday. You can write it on Sunday. Okay, thank you, children. Bye. There will be no test postponing. Papers are ready. You can write it. It will be available online. 3589. 3 5 8 9. Sixth, I just listed it out. Okay, thank you.